Welcome to OneCloud CX's System Administration Quality Management series. Today we will be going over the second part of a 5-part series, Omni QM Evaluator 1. In this video, we'll go over the quality management module as used by a quality evaluator. Quality evaluators evaluate agent interactions and work mainly in the agent desktop application. In the QM section, evaluators may also participate in calibrations and resolve disputed evaluations. With quality management enabled, the module is found in the agent desktop's navigator and identified by the silhouette and checkmark. Upon opening the module, the first thing evaluators will see is the evaluation home on the left side of the screen. Here, evaluators can review the status of evaluations and quickly find evaluations of concern. The first column is the Quality Evaluator column, and the second one is the Today column. Both are only displayed to users assigned as quality evaluators, scheduled searches for any evaluations you have been assigned to complete, pending confirmation searches for evaluations that require your confirmation, pending calibrations, searches for calibrations that require your action. You can also search for your personal bookmarks and evaluation drafts. The Today column displays searches for completed, accepted, and disputed evaluations. Completed searches for evaluations that have been submitted by evaluators on that day. This figure includes accepted and disputed evaluations. Disputed evaluations are evaluations that have been completed by an evaluator but have been rejected by the agent being evaluated. The two following columns display the same tiles, but the supervised column includes results for all evaluations for teams the user is assigned to supervise, while My Evals includes only results directly related to the user. The Saved Searches section on the right allows you to perform interaction searches and save them as templates so you can quickly recall frequently used search parameters. The saved searches are partitioned into both personal searches and public searches. My searches are available only to my user, while public searches are available to everyone who has access to this portion of the module. To add a new search, select the folder that you want to add it to and click on this. Plus, you can also add new folders and subfolders. After you've created a search, you can add conditional filters to narrow down the types of interactions that you're searching for. Let's say we want to look at interactions that ended in the past month that have resulted in the disposition of wrong number. We'd create one condition that looks for interactions in the past month and one condition that looks for interactions dispositioned as wrong number. We join these once the second one is created by changing this to and. Thus, this search will pull up interactions that ended in the past month and were dispositioned as wrong number. When satisfied with your conditions, then click on Search and all of the interactions that satisfy the search are pulled up in a new tab. This region at the top here is where you will navigate between the Eval home tabs of different interactions and searches. You can have several searches open in these tabs at once. With a search tab open, you can sort the results by the attributes you're interested in, like ascending or descending chronological order. The far right column indicates the evaluation status of each interaction. Double-click to open one and the interaction opens up in a new tab with the agents who handled it indicated in the tab title. Right under that, the header displays the customer name if they are an identified contact, or their phone number or email address if not. The date and time that the interaction was initiated is displayed right under the customer, and the agent and team that dealt with the interaction are displayed. To the right of the agent, you're able to bookmark an interaction so you can quickly find it under a bookmarked search preset, and these arrows are for selecting other interactions retrieved with the same search preset. In this tab, the left-hand side displays the chat or SMS transcript, as well as the agent's screen recording if screen recording was enabled. Speech-to-text integration allows for transcription of voice calls, which will be displayed here as well. Chat and STT transcripts are searchable using this button right here. You can click on both agent and customer inputs to track your playback to the time of input. If assign the privilege. You can retroactively update dispositions here by clicking on the pencil next to a disposition and give any reasoning for the change. If you don't have that permission, then this function will do nothing. The bottom of the console houses the timeline which controls the interaction playback. Through this timeline playback, all parts of the interaction, such as the screen recording, the transcript and audio sync together so that the evaluator can review the interaction as if it was happening in real time. Let's take a closer look at the timeline player. We can play, pause, control playback speed, and press the skip button to skip through segments in which the call was on hold or silent. The arrows to the right side of the timeline player are used to skip to the next segment of the interaction after it was transferred to another agent or a consultation was conducted. These plus zoom the timeline in and out at the center like so. The dotted indicator displays the current position in the playback, and a solid blue line in the upper part of the timeline indicates the customer was talking for that duration. And when it's in the lower part of the timeline, it indicates the agent was talking for that duration. These also appear for messages. When the orange bar at the bottom is highlighted, screen recording was enabled for that duration. If you have natural language understanding configured, then sentiment icons will display on the timeline at points that the AI determines a change in mood. Quality evaluators may take notes on certain questions while performing evaluations. Those notes will appear on the timeline at the time the playback was positioned when an evaluator made a note. I'll show that in a bit. If you wish to focus on just a certain segment of the interaction, you can create a playback loop by holding Control and left-clicking on the timeline to create a left-hand bracket and right-clicking to create a right-hand bracket. Now, whenever you enter those brackets, the playback will loop on your selected span. You can click within these brackets, but if you click outside of them, then they will clear. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have the evaluation section. Right here, you can change the evaluation form you are using out of all the forms you have enabled for this interaction service. Navigate through the selected forms evaluation areas by left-clicking, and the questions for each area will appear. When you start filling out an area, you will see the circle to the right will fill up partially, and when you complete every question in the area, the circle will be fully shaded. The number next to the area title indicates the percentage of value that the completed questions within the area are achieving. If all of these numbers are 100, then the evaluation is scoring 100%. For each question, an evaluator may make a note or add an attachment. When neither of these is done, an indicator appears in the timeline at the time the note/attachment was added. Evaluators with sufficient privileges may assign evolutions to other evaluators. Once done, the assigned evaluation will appear in the recipient's evaluation home and scheduled. They may also assign calibrations which are assigned to multiple evaluators. Calibration results don't count towards any evaluation scores, but show up in reporting and may be used to identify and reconcile differences in evaluators' techniques. Incomplete evaluations may be saved as drafts to retain for future completion. Drafts are available only to draft authors. The Details tab provides additional information regarding the interaction at hand. Any notes the agent made during the interaction can be found here, and the evaluator can make their own comments. With the correct privileges, evaluators may also download the interaction audio-video audit log and copy a link of the same evaluation screen, which may be shared with other users. Though he all evolves, tab lets evaluators see this interaction's other completed evaluations. Sufficiently privileged evaluators can also delete evaluations. That wraps up this video for working in the QA module for evaluators. Thank you for joining us on this training. For more information and trainings on our product, visit us at support.onecloud.com, and we'll see you in the next part of the series. Omni QM Admin.